Digging this hole even though it's been dug already because I was digging here a month ago and I lost my scratcher. It's a very good scratcher. So good that I'm actually digging this hole because I filled this hole in. Anyway, I'm trying to find it again. Going to great lengths. Anyway, I was just looking right here and I was like, wait a minute, isn't that a cottage cheese jar? Why would somebody have left a cottage cheese jar here, I thought. Picked it up and bam! It's embossed in a slug plate. It's not cracked or chipped or anything. That's like a $25 or $30 bottle somebody left. That's probably left by the guy who dug right here a week or two ago. Doesn't say where it's from. Birch Herd Dairy. Wash and return. I have no idea what that is, but it's very seldom that I find something like that. These are about 100 times as rare as a milk bottle. I haven't found one of these for quite a while. Never found one exactly like this either. Filling 400 cc's, I imagine. Anyway, it's a hospital bottle, an IV bottle. I think those are worth something like $25. Check on eBay and see. It's pretty moist over here considering we're in a drought right now. You can only dig this dump when it is a drought. Anyway, we found one of these things. I think it takes a mason jar lid, so that's a pretty collectible item right there. Blue plate special. Something about fine foods. Anyway, I think that's a $5 bottle. Okay, what is this? It looks like a poker chip. But it also looks like a large button. Yeah, there's two holes in the middle. That's a very large button right there. And I also just found this. A cobalt slicky. Might be a $4 bottle. Okay, we're to the 3-foot 3-inch level and now we're hitting the water. But it's only about another 2 inches to the true bottom. But I just found 2 cobalt bottles at one time. Now that's nothing special. These are kind of hard to sell. But look at this. It's a gigantic broma seltzer. Yeah, that's a big one. That's 24 ounces, I think. I think this is the kind they used in the drugstore. It sat in the dispenser upside down because the writing is meant to be read upside down. See, it says Emerson Drug Company written this way instead of this way. So it's got to be about a $9 or $10 bottle. Okay, it looks like another IV bottle. That's crazy how things come in pairs and dumps. I've been digging this dump for 25 years and I never found one of these. Now I found 2 of them. It seems like it's a cobalt day today. I just found one of these. So that's about a $7 bottle, maybe 8. Okay, I just found another one. This one is in the smaller size. So that's a $6 bottle. I normally throw these kind of things away, but that's probably the biggest one I've ever seen. So I'm thinking that's got to be worth $4.50 or $5. Okay, I just found something slightly interesting. Never seen one quite like it, so probably bring that one back and put it on the $2.50 shelf. But look what I just found. Emerald green citrate of magnesia. So that's another $4.50 or $5 bottle right there. And before that I found Figaro Christmas ornament. And a couple of minutes later I found a nicely embossed sailing ship. And the embossing is really pronounced on that. I consider that a $7.50 bottle right there. Okay, it's an Omega oil with embossing all over the place. That's another $5 bottle. And we got one of these unusual bottles because everything in this dump is pretty much 1935 to 1945. But this is a split seam. There's a seam right here. And then it starts up again over here. That's called a semi-automatic bottle machine made, which is about 1917 to 1920. So, what's this pre-prohibitional whiskey doing with all these post-prohibitional whiskeys? Yeah, this is like 20 years older than the rest. Okay, I just found an embossed bottle, the like I've never seen. Can't quite read it because it's so muddy, but yeah, I'm into a good pocket now. I'm pulling them out every 30 seconds a keeper. There's another one of these. And then 12 seconds after that, out pops this. I call these a banjo bottle, but whatever kind of musical instrument that is, violin, cello, something like that. It's a $10 bottle right there. What the heck? I see a milk bottle over here, and I think it's embossed. I threw that out apparently, and I didn't even realize it. Oh, the top's all chipped up, but it is embossed. It says Williamston Edgewood Dairy. It's got a crack run down it too. So it might be a $5 bottle. Okay, that was just a 3-hour dig right there. But I think we got enough. We found at least $100 worth of stuff. Go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything.